Yo, what's up, guys? This is Ray, and welcome to Asian Filmist. And I have another review of a thriller for you guys today. And that movie is the 2010 Korean film I Saw the Devil, directed by Kim Jee-Woon. I Saw the Devil stars two of my favorite Korean actors, Lee Byung-Hun and Choi Min-sik, two of which I think movie fans who don't normally watch Korean movies should even recognize. I mean, Lee Byung-Hun has appeared in numerous Hollywood productions, and Choi Min-sik was an old boy. I think many fans who say, yeah, I've seen a Korean film before, chances are that one Korean film is Old Boy. I Saw a Devil, it's definitely one, long story short, it's definitely one of my absolute favorite Korean thrillers of all time. Plain and simple. Is just that good. Okay, so the story of I Saw the Devil, it's about this serial killer played by Choi Min-sik. And he goes around and, he essentially kidnaps women, takes them, rapes them, and then murders them. And then one day, he comes across this lady kind of with car trouble, pulled off on the side of the road. He goes pretending that he'd offer her a ride home, but of course he does what he does. Man, he murders her, chops off her head, and hides her body in the bushes. But unbeknownst to her, she's the daughter of a former police chief and also the fiance of a bodyguard. I think he's a bodyguard, or he might be like special forces or Secret Service or something like that. Either way, this guy is specially trained. So Lee Byung-hun sets out on trying to locate the murderer of his fiance, as well as embark on a plan to take bloody revenge on him. And I gotta tell you, it's absolutely glorious with the type of graphic matter that it shows on screen. But so let's dive into that. With the positives, I have to say it's pretty much everything. I love every single thing about I Saw the Devil. It does well with its dark and broody and depressing atmosphere, and not all that, it's violent as all hell and really discomforting to watch. This story, it's about a serial killer and also a guy trained to kill people, a professional, and it's a cat and mouse game between these two, and bodies are sure to fall with each step they take. And so there are many scenes involving long pointy objects, a lot of scenes involving limbs getting cut off, and even one particularly memorable scene of an Achilles tendon getting sliced. Yeah. But when it comes to the violence, it doesn't only include blood and gore. There are actually a lot of uncomfortable scenes involving actual or attempted rape, of course done by Choi Min-sik's character, and it can be very disturbing if you don't know what you're getting yourself into. In one scene, we meet one of Choi Min-sik's, fellow serial murderer friends, and he describes to Lee Byung-hun, before he likes to give pleasure before he gives pain, and talking about Choi Min-sik's character. You just can't get more maniacal than that. Another thing I enjoy that it's legit scary. Not in the sense that it's a horror movie, although a lot of people like to group this film in the horror genre. I can rightfully accept that classification. This movie has a lot of elements of horror in the sense that you get scared. You get scared as all hell. You get scared for anyone that might happen to be in Choi Min-sik's path. He's a raging serial killer. And he and most of all, he's picking up women and slicing them up. And of course his victims aren't going to be limited to just women, but that's just what makes it scary. And not only that, you get kind of scared with the kind of path Lee Byung-hun's character goes into. He's introduced as this good guy. He's in love with his fiance. He'd do anything for his fiance. But then once his fiance is murdered, he just switches. He just changes, and he embarks on this unstoppable rampage. And it gets into this kind of pattern. He plants this tracking device into Choi Min-sik, which enables him to track him down via GPS. And so what he does, he locates him, and then he tortures him, and then he sets him free. Then he locates them again, and tortures him again, and sets him free. And it's kind of in this weird sense of self-satisfaction, because a lot of us, if we say to ourselves, what would we do if our loved ones get murdered the way Lee Byung-hun's fiance did in this movie? We would definitely not let it go with just one shot. We would just keep going and make sure the culprit experiences every bit of pain that he made our loved one feel. But then what's scary about Lee Byung-Hun's character's path is that you kind of sense that he starts to like it, and that he goes down this rabbit hole of darkness, and you just can't help but get involved in it. And it's intriguing and it's very compelling, and it's one of the reasons that this movie is great as it is. The film is also very good at creating and building up suspense, and to keep you on the edge of your seat. And it's all thanks not only to great music, great sound editing, and also numerous action scenes involving Lee Byung-Hun chasing Choi Min-sik, or them just dueling it out with knives or other bladed weapons, but just the downright performances by both of the lead actors were fascinating. As I mentioned before, Lee Byung-Hun, he's out for revenge. He's seeking Choi Min-sik, is doing anything he can to get a hold of him, make him feel every drop of pain. And his performance is so chilling. He's calm and collected, and you don't really see any emotion in his face, but there's a lot of emotion behind the facade. And then you go to Choi Min-sik, who's the polar opposite of Lee Byung-Hun. He's kind of laughing, he's psychotic, and once the cat started chasing the mouse, I didn't want it to end. And honestly, this movie is well over 2 hours long. I think it's about 2 hours and a half, 2 hours and 20 minutes or something like that, but I felt like it didn't drag at all. It was very good at keeping up the pace and keeping one engaged. As far as negatives, there's nothing I have to say. As I keep saying for the beginning of this video, I absolutely love I Saw the Devil, and overall, yeah, it's a definitely must watch. You got to check it out. If you're a fan of Korean thrillers, if you're a fan of any of these two actors, then you have to watch this movie. And the payoff after the long bloody cat and mouse game has concluded, it'll stay with you. It's not one of those endings that you'll forget once the last word on the end credits disappears from the screen. No, it's going to stick with you for a much longer time than that. I won't get into it at all. It's one of those things you have to experience for yourself. But in addition to the disturbing imagery, the violence, the blood and gore, but not only that, but the way the stakes in the story just keep escalating as time goes on. Yeah, it'll keep you engaged to the very end. It's a masterpiece among thrillers, and has a very interesting themes. The way I interpreted the theme of the story was that don't do what you loathe, otherwise you'll become what you loathe, and then there will be a lot of repercussions. But those are my thoughts on I Saw the Devil. What did you guys think, or what kind of questions did you guys have? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and by all means, please support Asian Filmless through Patreon. It really helps the channel a lot. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you all again in the next video. Take it easy.